can't see your screen.
Can't see my screen, so let me just reshare. See it now?
No.
Okay, just a minute. All right, I've rejoined the meeting. I've reshared my screen. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, let's do as much of this as we can. So, starting with the warm-up question, Afan, can you tell me about your friends?
My friends are really loyal and they're really friendly with me and they're really supportive.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can go on, right? That my friends are loyal and supportive, and we're always there for each other. We try to hang out every weekend or every other weekend, and if we're really busy, right, we try to just meet up, even if it's briefly for half an hour, just to check up on each other at least once a month. But that rarely happens because we're seeing each other every opportunity we get whenever we have free time. Some of us live close by, and so that makes it easier. We've known each other since kindergarten, and so we've bonded very well. We know each other as good as we know any member of the family, right? We're always there for at events, the ups and downs and highs and lows of a student's life, uh, and we play together. We have our own team for football at the local club. We go out to watch movies, go out for lunch, or just sometimes just loiter around, just walking and talking. So you see how I'm just talking about friends, okay?
Yes.
So again, right, try to think of as many things as you can about friends and just talk about it. You want to try that again?
Yes.
Okay. So can you tell me about your friends?
My friends are really loyal. We stand out for each other. Whenever anybody wants help or we're doing something um, in a group, we rarely meet because we've had our own busyness, we have our own work, but it's always one or the other who tries to reach up to the other friends if we want to meet up or something like that. Um, our friend group, we really enjoy playing games and hanging out, playing basketball, just talking and stuff like that.
Okay. What subject do you enjoy most at school?
At school, I really enjoy the language subject because it's neither too hard or it's neither too easy. It's a medium paced subject where it's actually fun to learn and it's actually learning something new.
Okay. And what kind of music do you love?
Which is like, what do I answer if I don't?
Uh, well, remember the demonstration I gave yesterday?
Yeah, yeah.
Right. So what you can do is you can deflect the question by saying, "Well, I'm not really that into music. so I don't really have a particular type that I like. But you could deflect it to your friends. My friends do like listening to music, and when we're out in the car, perhaps, or at home, they do put it on, and because you know they like rock or heavy metal, and I either if I'm feeling that it's too much for me, I go to the other room or outside in the balcony just to get some fresh air, or I just play along with them, because I can't be the party pooper, right, or the buzzkill, right? But personally, I don't really have a preference. And so you see how I did talk about taste, and I deflected it towards my friends. You can do that for your family. You can do that for the people around you, or what people generally like nowadays, right? If there's a popular song that they're listening to. And so this is like, again, you don't need to know this. You can just make it up. Like, there's hip hop and rock and heavy metal and classical and right, all of that, and you can just say stuff like that, right? So you don't need to shut down if like, oh my god, I don't listen to music, how do I respond? Deflect the question. All right. And
Yes.
keep in mind that, as I said, the warm-up questions are repetitive. So, right, you will there's a likelihood that this is one of the questions you will get for the warm-up. All right. Questions about travel, right? So part one is the interview. Let's do this much, right, with the time we have. Travel. So Afan, can you tell me about the things you always take with you when you go on a holiday?
The things I take when I go on a holiday would be my phone, my, my phone, and some essentials like headphones, clothes, slippers, and other stuff like that.
Okay. Now you can elaborate on this by maybe talking about your favorite pair of shoes, or your lucky pair of shoes, for example, or a watch that you got as a gift and you really like, so you always take that watch with you, or a special pair of clothes, right? Or a comfortable pair of pajamas. You can say that, okay? And you can talk about why they're comfortable, why you feel that way, or why the watch is special, right? So, or your pillow, because right, you can't sleep, you can't sleep well on random pillows, so you have to carry your pillow with you. That becomes difficult because it takes up so much volume, but it's something that you manage to do because you need it for good sleep. So there, yeah, you can add on to things, right, that you always take with you, right? And your toothbrush and toothpaste or something like that, your bar of soap and shampoo, a bottle of shampoo. All right.
Okay,
You want to try that again?
then maybe.
Okay. So can you tell me about the things you always take with you when you go on a holiday?
The things I take with me when I go on a holiday would be my clothes, clothes for like going outside, playing, or nighttime clothes. Um, Usually I have a special pair where I wear a coat when it's winter, or some shorts
Okay. Can you tell me about a journey you enjoyed?
and and I also have a special pair of shoes. Hmm?
Oh, you're still continuing with the previous response?
Yeah, I'm done. Like I was done.
Okay. So the next question is, can you tell me about a journey you enjoyed?
The journey which I enjoyed was the journey to Pakistan with my family. Um, it was a flight which was mostly after a long period of time. We met our cousins, relatives after a longer time, and we all were really grown up. We had a fun time together. We hung out and we played, and we got to know our culture back.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay. Finally, do you think flying is the best way to travel long distances? Why or why not?
Um, to me, I think for long distances, taking a flight would be the most suitable as it is the fastest way to reach your destination. But when it comes to long distances, even flights have time to like, for example, you're going from the Middle East to some other area like the US or Australia. It usually takes 14 hours, which is a lot of time, and you can get really bored. So I'd say in long distances, flying is the better option.
All right. Now, unfortunately, we're out of time for this class, right? We can continue the next class with speaking, a bit more practice, but I'd have to end for today, right? And so just work on your own, right? You have access to my drive, you have access to the past papers for speaking. You can take a look at them yourself and just work on those questions, getting the general information on different topics, right? And elaborating your responses as much as possible. All right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll see you next time, inshallah.
Okay. Allah Hafiz.
Allah.